Thank you for having me today, Dr. Ritamarie. So today I want to talk with you for a few moments about the butterfly and the triangles, how the thyroid and adrenals impact your energy. So a few butterfly facts. Their taste receptors are on their feet. They get essential nutrients from mud puddles. Yes, mud puddles. They see a range of ultraviolet color invisible to the human eye, and they are unable to fly at temperatures below 55 degrees Fahrenheit. A few triangle facts. Triangles are considered to be a musical instrument in the percussion family. In geometry, it is the strongest shape. And it is said that if a weighted object is placed on a triangle, the total weight is evenly distributed between all three sides. So, why am I talking to you about butterflies and triangles? I am so glad you asked. Before I share that with you, I want to remind you that this presentation is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. It is strictly for educational and informational purposes to empower you to make informed decisions regarding your health and well-being. So please always communicate with your qualified healthcare professional. So, what you will learn are symptoms of thyroid and adrenal problems, how the thyroid and adrenals impact energy, and some basic thyroid and adrenal support. Now, the thyroid is a butterfly shaped gland located in the neck. Its main job is to control the speed of your metabolism. Your metabolism is the process of how your body transforms the food you consume into energy. The adrenal glands, two glands, are small triangular glands located on top of both kidneys. And they produce hormones that help regulate your metabolism, your immune system, your blood pressure, your response to stress, and other essential functions. So these two work well together when they're in harmony. Now, consider your adrenals to be the engine of a car and consider your thyroid to be accelerator. Now, consider that you may be driving down the road, you're pressing the accelerator, you're going well, but all of a sudden your engine light comes on, and no matter how much you depress the accelerator, the car just isn't going normally. There is a problem. That check engine light is on, so you need to get some attention to see what's not functioning properly, whether it be the engine or the accelerator, so that harmony can be restored. And so that's the adrenals and the thyroid. So oftentimes what happens is a case of mistaken identity between the adrenal and the thyroids. So let me share what I mean by that. Some expressions common with adrenal challenges tend to be fatigue, which is worse in the morning, being wired but tired, can't go to sleep, some weight gain, cravings for sugar, reliance on caffeine, increased anxiety, decreased immune system, decreased sex drive, and decreased stress resistance. Adrenals. Now let's look at some thyroid challenges that are expressed. Fatigue, cold intolerance, depression, brain fog, weight gain, joint pain, muscle pain, dry skin, constipation, infertility, and decreased sex drive. And so these expressions sound similar. So whenever the engine is not functioning properly and the gas pedal is not helping the vehicle to go, we have to determine if the issue is with the adrenals or the thyroid. Now, it is said that morning low energy, stress tolerance, brain fog, and aerobic fitness intolerance are primarily adrenal issues. And then the afternoon energy level, when it drops, that being too cold and feeling mentally sluggish or heavy headed, are primarily thyroid expressions. So, why is all of this taking place? Another great question you ask. So, we have an endocrine system. It's compiled of many glands that secrete hormones. And so what happens is these hormones send messages for the processes and activities that our bodies perform, help us to move, to respire, for our senses to be active, for us to grow, reproduce, excrete, and have proper nutrition processes. So what happens though is that there can be an acute stress or a perceived threat. And then the HPAT axis is engaged. That's our hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal, thyroid. So you have this amygdala here, this little thing here, this amygdala, and it is triggered. And what it does is it signals the hypothalamus of this threat, this perceived threat, this stress. And the hypothalamus signals the pituitary, and the pituitary in turn signals the adrenal cortex. And so your cortisol, your stress hormone is secreted. And when that is secreted, anything can happen. You can have digestive challenges, immune system challenges, cardiovascular, respiratory challenges, inflammation. And so all of this is affecting the thyroid. And so you can have blood sugar challenges. Anything can go awry when this amygdala signals the hypothalamus that there is a stress, acute stress, or perceived threat. And over time, if this stress continues to be transformed into chronic stress, then we have all of these expressions and all of this imbalance and all of this disharmony. So, stress, unfavorable conditions, trigger that engine light to come on, trigger that accelerator not to be able to push the car, to allow the car to go where it needs to go or do what it needs to do. So those stressors can be mental, mechanical, emotional, environmental, nutritional, or even single nucleotide polymorphisms, a genetic expression. So, what happens is when this acute stress, this perceived threat takes place, it affects our Krebs cycle. Our Krebs cycle is responsible for our energy production, our amino acids, and our cholesterol. And as you can see, it is driven by vitamins and minerals and nutrients. So B vitamins, some acids, some oxygen, magnesium, manganese. So when all of these stressors take place, whether again it be the mental, emotional, the nutritional, traumatic events, SNPs, then this cycle is affected in a negative manner. So, what is the solution to all of these unfavorable stress events? Well, we must get to the root cause. And so we have to determine if the issue is the thyroid or the adrenals. Is our butterfly not able to get some nutrients from the mud puddles? Is it not able to have the right warmth, the temperature? Or is that triangle? I remember in elementary school when we used to have our music time, we had the opportunity to try to be skillful with the triangle. And believe it or not, if you've not tried it, it can be a challenge to allow that triangle to really play music, to be in tune. So the triangle has to be properly tapped so that it can sound bellish and be in tune with the other instruments. So we must get to the root cause to determine if it's the thyroid or the adrenals. And once we determine that, then we begin the process of restoring harmony. We must manage stress, whatever form it is, we must manage it. We must support the adrenals or the thyroid or both in harmony with food that nourish these glands and provide nutritional support, whether that be with some adaptogens, herbs, some B vitamins because they're water soluble and easily depleted, some selenium and iodine in the form of food or supplements to support the thyroid and omega-3 fatty acids to just really support the overall system and restore balance. So that is what I have for you today, the butterfly and the triangles, how the thyroid and the adrenals impact your energy. Thank you so much, and I trust this has been helpful to you.